Hello, my starseed loved ones. Welcome back to the Soulmate Journey Empath. This is the reading that, hands down, since I've started doing readings, I am the most excited about delivering to you. And if you have been following me for a while, you may have noticed that the way that I have traditionally handled starseed readings is I've been called to use specific decks. I've pre-shuffled, laid those cards out, and had to pick a card pile. This reading is going to be different because this reading, I'm going to pull oracle messages for different starseed groups. But most of what I have picked up for this reading is through access to the Akashic Records. And as many of you know, Ascension is nigh. A lot of you have been working individually on your soul journey, working through karmic cycles, getting into alignment and soul consciousness. And for many of you, this has involved a significant commitment to your spiritual body and to getting in touch with your soul groups, and really coming into a sense of mission of what role do I individually have to play as a starseed, as a soul incarnated as part of the collective on planet Earth. And right now is a very, very crucial juncture in the ascension process for the collective. We effectively have started a split to a 5D timeline. The 3D timeline, 4D timeline is continuing, but the 5D has come in. And with us having the assistive energy of the portal, this reading is being recorded on the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere here in the United States. And it's the shortest day of the year. It's the end of the influx of portal energy between 12/12 and 12/21. Now, portals can be considered as assistive energy for things that are already in alignment, okay? And that's the perspective that I am coming from when I'm discussing portal energies. What happens when we have a portal is if we are engaged in our soul growth, we are engaged in conscious of karmic patterns, karmic lessons, past life karma, soul group karma. We're each walking our individual path while we're contributing to collective energies. And what these portals do is offer an opportunity for, if you're in alignment, for this assistive energy to kind of level you up and support decisions that are in alignment with your purpose, with your path, with your mission. And this has been an incredibly transformative portal in terms of soul consciousness for the collective, but more specifically for starseeds. And I have been in and out of the records a few times. I have been pointed in specific directions to prepare this reading for you today. And so you may notice that there are some soul groups that I am not giving any transmissions for in this reading, and some that I have not previously, but I'm giving transmissions for today. So I am really, really excited about all of this material that I do have to share with you, that is channeled from the Akashic Records from each of these individual soul groups. And one of the things that you may notice is I'm going to split these soul groups into 7 transmissions rather than 8. And that is because Vega starseeds and Syrian starseeds missions are very much in alignment right now. So if you came across this reading, chances are there is something that you can gain from it. Another note that I'd like to make is that many soul groups, when we begin ascension, are willing to connect with us, are willing to channel through us. through our mediumship abilities, and they provide healing, guidance, all kinds of intuitive messages. And so one of the things that I wanted to just go ahead and throw out there is there are millions of folks that are connecting with Arcturian energy, and they do not happen to be members of the Arcturian soul group. That's okay, because Arcturians have developed these amazing modalities for healing that are blueprints for healing that have been shared throughout the universe. If we talk about these other soul groups, they have had contact with Arcturians and been guided by Arcturians. And so a lot of people may resonate with messages with the Arcturians, as an example, from soul groups that you may not have had incarnations with. But as you ascend, you are going to be on a more open channel and pick up on these energies, pick up on these messages, and be able to align yourself with the assistance of these different soul groups. So the soul groups that I will be discussing in this reading are Hadar Starseeds, Pleiadian Starseeds, Arcturian Starseeds, Vegan/Syrian Starseeds, Mintakan Starseeds, Nihal Starseeds, and Alpha Centaurians. So if you resonate with those soul groups, you know you're a member of that soul group, or those starseed traits resonate with you, check out the reading. Even if you have been identified as being a member of a different soul group, it's not to say that these energies are not working with you, through you, and that you don't have some type of agency in this mission for ascension of the collective, where coming into contact with people from that specific soul group are going to be beneficial for you and impart wisdom, knowledge, and perhaps even healing modalities. So I hope that you are as excited as I am. And for this next part of the reading, I will be getting into the messages channeled from the Akashic Records for the soul groups that I mentioned, as well as I was guided to pick specific oracle decks to deliver oracle messages for these soul groups. So I thank you so very much for all of your support. I am sending you so much strength, healing, love, and light. And I hope that you are really feeling the soul pull, really feeling the call to step into your divinity, because the time is now. Hello, my Pleiadian loved ones. I hope you are all doing so well. I am so incredibly excited about these messages that I have for our soul group. I have a Pleiadian origin, and so vibe strong with the Pleiadian soul group. And I was intuitively guided to use the Journey of Love Oracle and the Work Your Light Oracle for our messages. Now, in terms of chakras, I am getting a very strong sense that the heart and the crown chakra are really, really lit up right now. And that is because inherently, Pleiadians have a streak of social justice warrior. And right now there are millions of Pleiadians that are aligning with their purpose. Action, action, action is what I'm getting. And this has our hearts excited. It has our connection to source. Our God spark is illuminated, excited. And so what we are seeing is that more and more of the collective is taking a stand or taking a stance on issues, because Pleiadians know that transmitting light codes is part of our mission, that we have this past life knowledge, this soul group knowledge to contribute to the collective. And Pleiadians have been on the scene, very, very active in the evolution of the collective, both physically and spiritually in our plane. And Pleiadians are acutely aware that while we talk a lot about love and light, we need action, action, action. We cannot address systems of exploitation, of inequality, of degradation of humanity. We can't just love and light and not take a stand, not take an action. And Pleiadians are not afraid to do that. Pleiadians are not afraid to speak up. But you are really feeling inspired right now because you are seeing others follow your lead and take a stand, take a stance, share their take on these issues. And that is amazingly supportive and assistive energy, because a lot of times we feel like a broken record. Having a Pleiadian soul myself, career-wise, I have a master's in sociology and have practiced sociological research from a social justice perspective for quite some time. And one of the things I noticed is with my own personal Facebook, it felt like I was the only person who was willing to say something about a lot of this injustice that is going on. Racialized systems of oppression, gendered systems of oppression, economic systems of oppression, of the marginalization of specific groups of people for arbitrary reasons, bigotry, a lot of this. And so one of the things that is really, really happening is we are starting to see that others are doing the same. Others are taking a stand. Others are letting their voice be heard, are speaking out like we have always done. And this is refreshing because we are seeing the reflection of the energies that we've been putting out there coming back to us. We're seeing results permeate the collective energy, permeate collective consciousness here on planet Earth. And we are starting to see those changes that we want to be. So this is absolutely beautiful energy, but change is essential. Okay. Change is the catalyst here. And through change, it is very, very important to maintain your grounding, to practice meditation and grounding through the root and base chakra. Also, to care for the throat chakra, because this is the space where we are speaking our truth. And in order to speak your truth, in order to be in good alignment, and there's my dog speaking his truth right now. In order to share this divine truth, we have to be strong in our sense of what we believe, of what we know on a soul level, to be right, to be the energy that we need to balance things and to contribute to this entire ascension process. So what I'm getting is that, the Pleiadian soul group has a lot of different job descriptions within it. But what I'm really getting right now is that Pleiadian blueprint deliverers are really feeling called to share love-based belief systems that counter exploitation and fear and oppression. And we're seeing a lot of social justice taking place. Without getting too political, there have been a lot of instances of manipulation, exploitation, and corruption that have been called out, that have been acknowledged recently. And this, even if this is not happening in the location that you call home, these events are playing out on the world stage, and you're able to see that others have lifted the veil and are starting to understand this mission, these light codes that you have been seeding, these blueprints that you've been delivering, people are receiving them. And that is huge. And that has you feeling amazing. And so one of the obstacles is for some Pleiadian souls, there is this habit of kind of karma dumping on the others around them. And so some of you may be dealing with some difficult karma. And this can be from Pleiadian incarnations, from another soul group, or from Earth incarnations. But there is this impatience, kind of an impulsiveness, this excitement in the Pleiadian soul group that is like, okay, action, action, action. Let's go now. I'm ready now. Let's make this happen. What's the holdup? What's the setback? And so being in that energy of a 5, of things transitioning, of waiting for the transition to be complete, waiting for it to precipitate, is a very difficult energy for the Pleiadian soul group. So a lot of us are being challenged to go ahead and exercise patience, to learn that lesson of temperance, of patience, rather than doing this karmic dump and avoiding the consequences of decisions we've made that may have us in a stuck energy. We are really being called upon to engage those lessons so that we can take all this knowledge and continue transmitting it. This is the time when there have been so many blueprint deliverers, technicians are going to come in and maintain these systems that we have brought in to the collective. So 3 words that my guides gave me that are very powerful mantras or labels that you can use as a Pleiadian soul. Ascension, obviously, is one of them. Enlightenment is the second. And the third one, which I just fucking love, is light revolution. So Pleiadians, you are ready. You have laid the groundwork with so many blueprint deliverers. The concept is ready to go. It's been introduced, and now people are starting to engage it. And that is why we're feeling so good. So through these changes, my Pleiadian loved ones, keep that root chakra balanced, engage in your grounding practices, and take care of your throat chakra. Make sure that the truth you are sharing is a truth that you have come to on your own and is not derivative. And one of the things that I'm getting is that we all, especially with this split timeline, awakened starseeds have so many gifts, and they're presented to us sequentially. Like as we master certain lessons, then we're prepared to have that gift, to share that gift, to work with that gift. But we all have our own lessons so that we can get there. And what I'm really getting is that many of you don't realize it, but you have a direct line through your God spark. You have a direct line to our soul group, to channeled messages. And there is a Pleiadian Council of Light that transmits a significant amount of information for the Pleiadian soul group, for the collective. You can connect with that directly. You don't necessarily need a third party to do that. Recognize that those gifts will come to bear depending on what type of soul mission you have. Collectively, Pleiadians are working on ascension for the collective, but individually, we each have a different role to play. And so for those of you that feel like you're getting messages of ways of practices, ways to be, ways to think, ways to heal, ways to shift perspective. Recognize that you yourself are a direct channel and speak your truth from those channeled messages is what I have for you for the throat chakra. So I pre-shuffled these cards, and oh my gosh, on the bottom of the deck, we have the legacy of light. You are light workers, Pleiadians. It is in your DNA. It is in the soul group. And with 5 and 3 adding to 8 here, this is a number of learning more. So again, getting channeled messages from this legacy of light. Look at the beautiful light body and all of this heart chakra energy. Also solar plexus, which I see a lot of with Pleiadian energy, having that confidence, having that poise, not being afraid to put yourself out there. So I think that this is really hitting back on that throat chakra message that you can channel your own messages. You are of light. You are of light. Commune with the light. Commune with your soul group. Commune with your galactic family. Commune with the council of light. Because if you put the work in here, you are going to be the channel. You are going to be the oracle. So that's absolutely beautiful. And then with the Work Your Light Oracle, oh God, here we go. Council of Light. Divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realm. So again, channeling, channeling, channeling. Channeling is huge for my Pleiadians right now. So let's go ahead and get 3 messages from the Journey of Love. Then we'll get 3 from Work Your Light. Let's get one more, please. All right. Oh my gosh. This is this is great. So your first message is knowing without knowing. And what were we talking about? Number 5. 5 is difficult because it's change and it requires patience to get through. There is so much more excitement waiting on the other side of this portal energy from 12/12 to 12/21, then the annular eclipse. Then we can put out manifestations for the new moon on January 6th and reap if we are in soul alignment by January 21st, full moon. Knowing without knowing. And this is really that message. It's you're divinely guided. You have a sense of soul knowing, even if your consciousness is not quite aware. If it's still subconscious. You know there are great things coming, but you don't have detailed directions on how to get there. You're being asked to just go with it. Knowing without knowing is part of your journey right now. And especially for blueprint deliverers, deliverers have been laying the foundations for quite some time. And so there's this shift for blueprint deliverers where your job description is altered just a little bit because of where the collective is at. And so you're kind of like, okay, well, I thought this is what I'm supposed to do. What do I do now? This is your message. Hang in there because you can't see what's around the corner, but there's a reason for it. And you just have to have faith. Like, I'm so excited doing this reading. I'm like taking in air and burping. It's so Pleiadian. The next card is Sweet Soul Rising. This is Ascension. This is Ascension, baby. And with this number 2, balance, harmony. That is what you're going toward. And you're going toward the light. But you are taking the collective with you. So this is absolutely beautiful. For those of you that were wondering, like, is this what Ascension feels like? Am I on an Ascension path? There's your confirmation, honey. Yes, you are. And next out, we have the Yin Yang Lover. This is number 8. This is, again, about putting work into balancing. And what I really want to point out, as I said, with these changes, knowing without knowing, I mentioned the root chakra and the throat chakra. Here we have throat chakra blue and root chakra red. So you're ascending practice your grounding through this ascending, and get these messages, get these transmissions, these light codes that are being presented to you. Take what's coming in, because that is going to help you understand what is next. Yin Yang Lover is all about balancing divine masculine and divine feminine. And so I'm getting, for some of you that have been on this ascension path for a while, programming your Merkaba energy is going to be a significant factor in transmitting, projecting light codes into the consciousness, as well as opening yourself up with divine feminine energy to channel. And if you follow me on Instagram, I have some posts on there that is an intro to your light spirit body or your Merkaba, and another post about how to activate it. So that's a message I'm getting for some of you. For others, this is just really coming into balance as you are working through your ascension, working with that root chakra, staying grounded and staying balanced. So let's get 3 messages from the Work Your Light Oracle for the Pleiadian Soul Group. 3 messages for the Pleiadian Soul Group, please. Pleiadian Soul Group, 1, 2. Excuse me. There's my throat chakra. Like I said, take care of it. All right. So your first card from Work Your Light. No. Wait. Postpone. Pause. Say no. That's underneath knowing without knowing. So that's your message. You are not meant to know everything right now. There are some things that are going to be coming to you, but patience is important. And I'm really picking this up for blueprint deliverers in particular. Pleiadian blueprint deliverers are kind of sitting here like, well, okay, the blueprint's been delivered. People, I'm seeing confirmations, you know, in the world around me. People are getting these light codes. Now what do I do? Pause, because you're still going through ascension yourself. And what is meant for you is going to present itself when divine timing is lined up. Next, Pleiadians, share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution, expression. So a big message that I'm getting is for some of you, if you are concerned about, you know, your soul's work type, if you're a deliverer, a changer, a technician, an architect, your work is not done. You may think that it's done, but it's from your perspective, your concept of what that job description entails. Your work is not done. And so coming out of the cave and expressing yourself, this is coming up under Sweet Soul Rising. If you are struggling, if you have already got a channel, a Patreon, what have you, and you are a galactic medium and you have been using mediumship or Akashic Records reading, and you're kind of like, okay, well, what do I do now? This message is to share your voice, expression, but it's coming out under Ascension. You can still be a guidepost for Ascension. There are smaller blueprints within the large blueprint. There are additional light codes that here we brought in the big picture because that's what Pleiadians do. It's time to fill in those gaps because the foundation has been built. And one of the ways that you can do that is by providing mentorship, teaching, guidance, support for others who are ascending. And then this is beautiful. Dance with life. Do something to change your energy. And I love it because under Yin Yang Lever, look at, it's this beautiful dance. It's this beautiful dance. And so there is this invitation to, you know, really engage in your human existence at the same time, to not be completely overcome with this mission to the detriment of the opportunities to experience through your senses. One of the things that is very beautiful for Pleiadian souls is we're very sensual. We're tactile, we're auditory, we're visual, we're olfactory. We love the touch of things, the smells of things, the taste of things, the sight of things, the sound of things. So you have this invitation right now as part of Ascension. Now that your frequency is raised, it's been elevated. Now get out and experience some things in the world, some interactions with others, a delicious meal, a soft piece of fabric, the scent of a plant or flower or wood or the sea, whatever it is. Indulge in your senses for just a little bit, because you have been so set on this mission that you're forgetting part of the beauty of this earth incarnation is to experience these things through the senses. So absolutely beautiful messages for you, my Pleiadian loved ones. I hope that these messages resonated. If they did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, I have additional content there. And if you'd like to schedule a personal reading, the information for my storefront is included in the description box below. So to all of my darling Pleiadians, I am sending you so much strength, inspiration, healing, love, and light. Until next time, bye-bye.